If you want your foundation to be flawless, no matter the season, winter, spring, summer, fall, this is the way that you're going to match it every single time to make sure you don't go out looking like Homie D Clown. Hey sugar, I'm Rilla Black Magnolia, your favorite bougie babe, bringing you all your bougie and budget-friendly tips and faves, and a little bit of everything in between. Let's talk foundation. Let's talk the building blocks for all of the things that we do to the face. Are you ready? Let's get into it. It is really hard as a woman of color to feel comfortable ordering a foundation online with a brand that I don't really know about. It's a lot. So I usually do wind up going into the store to match my foundation. I'm always going to be a matte girly, tried and true. What I have on my face right now is the MAC Studio Radiance. I've been rocking MAC over 3 decades and it does not fail me ever. And I'm going to put the color down in the comments for you so that you'll know exactly what it is, because I don't have my glasses on. I know I can order MAC online. I just pick my color, whether it's a summer shade or a winter shade, and I'm gonna be just fine. It's gonna work out. But like when I order from other brands, even Black-owned beauty brands, it gets really hard to try to find the right color match because you just don't know. Here's what I do. Usually when I go into the store, I go here and I match. So I'm gonna show you with this one. This is the Ohema Beauty. So just for clarity, I always use the inside of my wrist when I am matching for a winter shade when I go into the store to match my makeup, not if I'm going to do a summer shade. And it is definitely a winter shade, right? I did wear this last week. I did have to add a lot more contour and highlighting to warm it up to make it work, but it matches the lightest parts of my face, and that's what I'm doing here. If you're matching for a winter foundation shade, always go on this lightest part of your arm, right in here on the inside that doesn't get a lot of sun, because typically that's where you wind up skin-wise for the winter. See? Yeah, that's where we wind up. Now, for the summer, if you are buying a summer shade, like for instance, if the Sephora sale is coming up and you want to stock up on makeup for the fall and the winter in the summertime, or vice versa, whenever the Sephora sale is happening, because it happens, I think, 2 or 3 times a year. So say you're in winter and you want to buy a summer shade. The easiest way to do that is whatever arm sits on the window or is on the window side when you drive, if you drive, or if you're a passenger princess, whichever arm sits up against that window when you have your arm up when you're lounging, that arm is going to get the most amount of sun. So what you can do is on this part of your arm that sits closest to the window, right here, on this part of your arm that gets the most sun when you're driving or sitting in the car or in direct sunlight, right here is going to match closest to either the darkest parts of your face or to your skin during the summer when you're getting a lot more color. So this is this arm for me because I'm driving around. So let me see. We're in the winter. I have this Charlotte Tilbury, the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. Again, I'm going to put all the colors for everything down in the description box for you or in the comments, depending on where I'm posting this. So this is a color, I think this is color 116, I don't know. So this shade matches me great in the summertime, but I'm going to put you on my winter shade right here because I popped this on my skin the other day just to do my makeup real quick for something. And I kind of looked like I was doing blackface. And that wasn't. It didn't do. And I was able to use it, but I had to really make it work. But this is my winter shade, right? Like I have winter shade foundation all over this part of my arm. And this is my summer shade. So literally when I'm in the sun during the summertime, even in wearing my SPF 50, this is where I wind up. I mean, not fully, but a lot of it, right? Because it's really dark. The foundation is really dark. So I don't necessarily wind up that chocolatey, but pretty darn close to it. But you can see on my winter skin that doesn't match. However, I'm going to go right here. And you can do it on the top of your hand. You can do it on here. Whatever part of you is getting a lot of direct sun. And look at that. You see the difference in color match there? Right? Because this is me during the summer. That's where my face is going to go. And that's my hands because I'm not as good as I need to be about putting sunscreen on my hands. The closer I get to 50 here, I got to start remembering things like that matter. Yeah, sunscreen on the hands. That's my summer shade. And that same thing that looked cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs here on my winter looks perfect on my summer. So that is my best advice to you when you're shopping for foundation. If you are shopping for a winter shade, go to that inside of your wrist. If you are shopping for a summer shade, go to the top or the outside of your hand. I wear an SPF 50 every day, whether it's raining outside or whether it's hot. I'm always wearing an SPF 50 on my face because we are protecting the skin. So this part of me isn't getting that SPF 50 protection the way that it should. So it's going to get that tan. So here's what I'm saying. Winter, summer, and you will always get the right color. And I mean, I've got a lot of different foundation, but like even in the same formula foundation, like in this Bite Beauty that I love that you can't get anymore. So I did stock up. Here is my winter. Here is my summer. So if I find a foundation that I love and a formula that works for me, I'm going to buy it in my winter and in my summer colors. That way I can keep wearing it and I don't have to feel like, oh, now I got to go find another color and mix it up and start again. Because doing your makeup and making your makeup easy to do starts with having products that you know work and that are easy to work with and that you know how they sit on your skin and how they work best. So these have been sitting on my arms for a while. This is my winter shade, fully oxidized on my arm, and this is the Ohema Beauty. But like I said, it does match the lighter parts of my face. Here is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrushed Flawless Foundation. After a few minutes of sitting and oxidizing, that is full sunlight, summer shade on there. You saw how crazy it looked on my arm here. So no matter how long I let that set and oxidize, that's not going to work on my skin in the wintertime. It's going to look crazy. It's going to look crazy no matter how much I blend and do all the things. It's going to look like I'm putting on a mask. And that's not what I want my makeup to do. Especially with mature skin, we want to make sure that we're not doing anything to help make it look older than it already is.
I beg your pardon? Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper!
Right? So putting on something that's going to look like a mask isn't what's going to work for me. And you can see this is fully dry here. So this is not like I did anything to it or anything. I just let it sit and oxidize and dry in on my skin. So in the wintertime, I'm not going to be able to make this shade work for me at all. In the summertime, I'm definitely going to be able to rock this and make it work because I am getting more color. I'm getting more sun, even though I am wearing my sunscreen. But one thing that you do kind of want to watch for is if you are a religious sunscreen wearer like I am, and you're putting on that SPF 50, realize that the skin on your face may not be browning up the same way the skin on your hand is going to. So just kind of correct for that. And maybe instead of going full bore with something as dark as what's on here, go a shade lighter, right? So I could say, if this is my summer shade, if I've not been doing my skincare properly and putting on the things, I can use that. If I am wanting to go a touch lighter, see that? And this is just actually more of a neutral kind of a color. And this is my Dior Backstage Face and Body. I love this stuff. This is more neutral than this is and this warm. So if I'm not getting quite as dark, I can go here, right? Because I have my sunscreen and I've been wearing it properly. I'm doing all the things. In the summertime, this Dior Backstage is going to match my skin perfectly. I can even kind of get away with it in the wintertime because it is so flawless. I know not everybody can afford like a $50, $60 foundation. If you can, this Dior Backstage foundation, it smells good. It feels good. It's not heavy. It doesn't settle into my fine lines. It's just pretty freaking great. So this is more warm, this is more neutral, and I can get away with wearing this. This can do double duty because I can wear this in the wintertime as well, and it's a closer match. Like I said, I'm wearing my sunscreen and doing my things and minding my business, so my skin may not tan or change as much, and if it does, I've got this because I am getting sun. Just because I'm wearing SPF 50 doesn't mean that I'm not getting any sun. So I am getting sun. We're in wintertime right now, so you can't really, tell. But like, if I'm getting sun, but it's not as much and I'm not as tan, I would go with that Dior Backstage because I just went a little bit more neutral. You can see here, this is like a little bit more orangey, red, warmy, and this is real neutral. I'll get real close for you so that you can see. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. And this is the Dior Backstage. Like, come on. Both of these formulas are really great. I think I get a more seamless, natural looking finish with the Dior Backstage. That's just my opinion. All right, sugar, I hope that helped. And if it did, make sure you go down to that comment section. Let me know what your favorite summer and your favorite winter foundation are, or if they're the same ones. And if you could please let the algorithm know that you and me, we go well together and that you want to spend more time together. Go down to that subscribe button, click it, turn on your notification bells. That way you will never, ever miss an upload. I adore you. Thank you for being here and watching my videos and sticking with me. And I will see you in the next video.